So this is what we're here to talk about today, is niches equals riches, okay? How do you, in my opinion, you got a niche to get rich. How do you spot a niche? How do you figure out, okay, this is the niche for me, etc.? And this is a pivotal call, John, because I've never actually taught on this specifically. It's part of the body of information that I teach, but not too specific on, okay, how do you identify a niche, and so on. So we're gonna talk about that today. But let me say before I do that when you're talking about the listing game, okay, I took over 1,000 listings my first 10 years in real estate, okay? I got out of the gate, almost like when I was in diapers, I got into listings. And I have my inventory sheet, okay? I was with Prudential for 74 days, okay, 74 days. Long enough to realize that 60-40 split wasn't working for me, and I could get more money at RE/MAX. So I was there for 74 days, and when I left, I took my book of business, my sheet, okay, and I had taken 21 listings in 74 days, 21. Now, when you see the list, you won't be as impressed as what it sounds, because they're like 39,000, 40,000, 50,000. You're talking back in the day, distressed economy, stuff back in 2003. But I had listings, and the muscle memory that you build when you get in the listing game, that, man, I just closed one for 1.6. And it's the same, actually less work. It's less work than 100,000. It's less work. So what I did, John, one day I was, I don't know if you know Kevin Cooper he's in Sacramento area. Yeah, so I was at Kevin Cooper's house, and I was hanging out, and I had a couple of seminars going on back when I was at Knolly Williams. And I was in the shower, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, where do these listings come from? Because when you get really good at the game, just like you're a coach, and people are like, man, if they ever ask you, like, where do you get your coaching leads? Like, they just come from everywhere. It's just like it's raining coaching leads. I mean, listen to this. My group, Mentorship Masters, they love you, man. And they always reach out to me, hey man, should we hire John? I was like, what kind of question is that? Like, do you want to succeed, or, oh, you want to fail, huh? Oh, no, I want to succeed. Well, that you just answered your own question. Yes, hire John. So when you get really good at it, at the game, you're like, okay, where's all this business coming from? I know, I track every lead. So I went back, I tracked it. There was like 12, 15 sources, right? But when I deduced it, John, it was really only 3 buckets. Okay, 3 lead buckets, that all the listing leads that I've ever gotten, and at this time I think I'd taken like 800-900 listings at that point, and all of them came in 3 buckets. Number 1, your sphere of influence. That's your biggest bucket, your SOI. Okay, and there's a systematic approach that I teach on how to work that bucket. Okay, it takes about 2 hours a week, and to get every ounce of juice that you can squeeze out of it. Okay, that's your sphere of influence. Number 2 is your farm. Okay, that's your farm. That's a geographical area where you have decided that you're going to be the mayor of that geographic area. It could be 1,000 homes, 2,500, it could be 500 houses. Then, and there's a formula for that. There's a system. And the 3rd bucket is your niche. Okay, you got a niche to get rich. Now, if you move to a brand new area, you don't have an SOI, you haven't started your farm, which most agents haven't. Most agents suck at their SOI. They're not good at it. They don't build a farm, and they're like, what's a niche? Niche what? What's your niche? So, or a niche, if we're in New York, they're gonna correct me quick. Niche is what they call it. So the thing is, today we're talking about niche. If you hit a brand new market, if I was like to parachute into Boston and say, I'm gonna take over, I would start with a niche, because I don't have an SOI and I don't have a farm, and a niche is the easiest thing to start. When you work a niche, it answers 2 questions. Number 1, what do you have that all the rest of the agents in the room don't? Okay, what makes you different and unique? What's your USP, your unique selling proposition? And then the second thing it answers is, what makes you different than all the other agents in town? What makes you different? And when you answer those questions, it's the reason why a cardiologist, okay, makes about $156,000 more than a general practitioner. Okay, a GP works 30% more hours for $156,000 a year less. And guess what? They're 50% more likely to work nights and weekends. because they're irrelevant. I can go to any general practitioner. Yeah, okay, this one. Oh no, he's too far away. He's like, man, that guy's like 4 miles from my house. There's one from 2 miles. But then guess what? You got a heart problem, you got some diabetic issue, you got something, you're gonna drive 40 miles. You might even go, like I heard yesterday, my sister-in-law that went to Alaska to seek out a specialist. Now she lives in Houston, Texas, but her husband has a particular, situation, and went to Alaska to meet with a guy, that's a specialist. So when you become an expert in a niche, people will fly to Alaska and they'll pay you big bucks. You basically write your own pricing, your own fees, because you really stand out. You're unique.